What's up, Tweenerheads? Welcome back to another Tweenerhead tennis video, and today we are recapping the women's draw of the French Open. The French Open just finished for the women's side, at least on the singles side. Women's doubles finals tomorrow before the men's final, but Ashe Vardy is your new 2019 French Open champion, 23 years old, beating a 19-year-old in the final, which is one of the youngest finals that the French Open has ever seen. And Ashe Vardy is the first Australian to win the French Open since Margaret Court in 1973, I believe. It was an amazing run. There were a lot of headlines. Let's just jump straight into it and see what came out of the women's singles draw this year at the French Open. The first one I want to talk about is obviously Ashe Vardy. Ashe Vardy, the young Australian, having one of the best years on the women's tour. She won the French Open this year. She's won Miami. She's the only player this year to make both quarterfinals of the Australian and the French, the only two majors this year so far. So her consistency is there. She's won big titles, very big titles, and she's going to be the world #2 starting on Monday. I can't believe it. She had a great run. I've been saying for a really long time that Ashe Vardy's had some weapons that people haven't really seen on the women's game before. She uses a lot of variety with her slice, with her athleticism. We all know by now, at least if you don't know, she was a cricket player before she played tennis, so she's very athletic. She has the talent, and she's finally proven it and broken through on the women's tour by winning this year's French Open. Now, if we go to the next thing, which includes the finalists this year, how teenagers have taken over this year's French Open. We had a 17, an 18, and a 19-year-old make it to the fourth round or better this year. Let's start with the 18-year-old, Iga Swiatek. I have to click on her. Is there a way to pronounce it? Can I pronounce her name? There's no way to pronounce it? Great. Iga Swiatek, I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. The 18-year-old from Poland beat Monica Puig in a 3-set comeback, and she beat the 16th seed Wang, who's not that bad, I must say. She was the 16th seed from China, and she's been doing really well. She did have a pretty bad loss from Halep. Some would say it's a really bad loss. She played great nonetheless. And then Amanda Minya from the United States. I mean, you can't really. 17 years old, she made to a Grand Slam semifinal. People have been waiting for someone like another young American talent to come onto the scene, and Amanda might just be that. 17 years old, semifinal. She beat the likes of Sabalenka, which is the second time she beat her this year. She beat her in Australia as well, and she beat Halep in the quarterfinals to make it to the semis. So with her game as well, she's really tall for her age. She's turning 18 this year. Really tall, huge power. She has the ability to play aggressively with that backhand of hers. Her serve is really getting better, and she has that ability to be a top 10 player at the end of the year, 100%. She's already almost in the top 50 this year. She's at 51 at the time of recording this video. So she's gonna be, she might be seeded for Wimbledon, and she looks really good to represent the United States in longer down the road. So can't wait to see what she does later on in her career as well. It's so young. And the last one, Marquetta Vondrasova, the runner-up at this year's French Open. Now, Marquetta didn't really come out of nowhere. She was a finalist this year and at a WTA event who lost to Petra Martic, and she won a WTA title this year as well. So at 19, she's already accomplishing so many great things. She beat the likes of Sevastova, Konta in the semifinals, and Martic, getting her revenge on her from an earlier tournament this year. Like, these teenagers are making a mark on tennis right now, and these are names that people should be learning if you're getting into tennis, or if you're already into tennis. These are names that you have to now look out for. I mean, we want to see them progress, and we want to see them do well. So 17, 18, 19 years old, you can't get much better, and a brighter future for that matter. Good luck to them in the future. Congratulations, guys. A quick segment about the Americans. 3 Americans made it to the quarterfinals this year. Only one of them made it out. Amanda Minya, like I said. Sloane Stephens and Madison Keys both lost, but it's good to see them back in the quarterfinals of a Grand Slam, and it's great to see them back competing on a higher level that they should, especially on a surface that they're not familiar with or they're not known for. Madison Keys this year won Charleston this year, which is green clay, but Sloane Stephens was the finalist last year at Roland Garros. So we can't wait to see them do more on the clay court surface. And moving on to grass, they're going to have a lot of momentum going in as well. I have to point out the Serena controversy a little bit because it's another headline that happened. There's nothing really to discuss. For those of you who do not know about the Serena controversy, Dominic Thiem from the ATP, who's now a finalist for the men's Roland Garros final, was kicked out during his press conference after his win because they wanted to bring in Serena immediately after a loss to Sofia Kenin, who's also, by the way, had a great run this year at the French Open. Forgot to mention her. Serena Williams took over Dominic Thiem's press conference for about a short period of time, and then Dominic Thiem was put back into the press conference room after she was done, and he wasn't very happy with it. I don't think anyone would be happy with that, but it got a lot of traction of what was happening. The View caught on to it. Everyone on Twitter was talking about it. And I think there was a miscommunication of what was happening. I do not believe Serena wanted that to happen. The next day, a lot of people came back and said that she didn't want to be in that press room. She wanted a smaller press room so that way she can get it over with. And I tend to agree with that because you don't need a big press room after you lose. You just want to get in, get out, and go and move on with your life. So I think it's more on the tournament's fault for letting that happen. I don't think it was Serena's fault at all, but nonetheless, it was a headline, and I don't think there was any wrongdoing. In the moment when it happened, yeah, there was a lot of controversy with it. But after a day or two after the event, more information came out. Dominic Thiem was over it. Everyone was over it. It wasn't something to really talk about. John McEnroe, I think, did a really good job at analyzing the situation and breaking it down to what actually happened. So if you want to check that out, it's on Eurosport's website, so you can go check it out there. And the last thing I want to point out from the women's singles draw is the junior champion, 16 years old, Leila Annie Fernandez from Canada. She did such a great job. She beat Emma Navarro, an American who's 18 years old, in the final. So congratulations to both of them on a great journey at the French Open Juniors. Would love to see you guys on the pro circuit. So continue with your success, guys. We're looking forward to it. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this recap. If you want to see more videos like these and you want to just follow us on our tennis adventures, make sure you are subscribed to Tweener Head Tennis, as well as making sure you leave a big like on this video. If you want to check us out on all our social medias, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and make sure our new Instagram is now up. The link is in the description, so make sure you go follow that new one. And if you want to check us out and more behind the scenes content, go to our website at tweenerheadtennis.com for behind the scenes photos, articles, and a lot more content that you guys can follow us on. So I hope to see you guys for the next video. Our next recap will be tomorrow after the men's final. So hope to see you guys then. Thanks, guys.